It could be a key moment in Ukraine's fight against Vladimir Putin's invasion. Kyiv has tonight finally secured the agreement it wanted to receive dozens of NATO's most up-to-date battle tanks. Germany's agreement to supply Ukraine with Leopard 2 tanks and to allow other countries to re-export them came after weeks of diplomatic pressure. At the same time, the United States has revealed it will send 31 of its own M1 Abrams tanks. The move was furiously denounced by Moscow. Ukraine says it needs the weaponry to push Russian forces back from territory they've occupied. But it could be weeks before the tanks arrive on the front line. More from our Europe editor, James Mates.
After weeks of international pressure, even arm twisting, Berlin has finally given way. A small number of Leopard 2 tanks in its armoury will be sent to Ukraine. Much more importantly, countries like Poland and Finland, who bought their Leopards from Germany, will be allowed to re-export them eastwards to join the fight against Russia. When German Chancellor Olaf Scholz made the announcement to the Bundestag today, you might have thought it had been his idea all along.
Deutschland wird, wie gesagt,
Germany will make Leopard 2 A6 tanks available to Ukraine, he said, which will come from the German army's stocks. And we will make it possible for allies to deliver them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the right principle.
Das ist das richtige Prinzip.
In reality, Scholz never wanted German-built tanks to join this war. Reluctantly, he agreed to do so only if NATO allies did too. But when Britain said 14 Challenger 2s were going to Ukraine, Berlin said, not good enough. Only when America sends these, its Abrams M1 main battle tank, will we send our Leopards. Today, President Biden confirmed that after discussions with Germany, France and Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, Abrams main battle tanks are on their way.
Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine, the equivalent of 1 Ukrainian battalion. I'm grateful to Chancellor Scholz for providing German Leopard 2 tanks and will lead an effort to organize a European contribution of 2 tank battalions for Ukraine.
For President Putin in Moscow this morning, this only goes to reinforce his long-held belief that Europeans are just puppets of America.
Строго говоря, формально и юридически
The US forces in Germany are, strictly speaking, an occupying force, he said. Even German politicians say that Germany has never been a sovereign state in the full sense of the word. However he interprets it, the Russian army will soon be facing an enemy equipped with at least 80, maybe more, of the world's most advanced tanks. And more importantly, NATO will have made a definitive statement that it's no longer intimidated by Russian threats of escalation, no longer worried about seeing Russian forces suffer a humiliating defeat. In fact, they want to see exactly that happen sooner rather than later. James Mates, ITV News.
So why has Kyiv been so anxious to get hold of these German Leopard 2 tanks? Well, firstly, the Leopard 2 has a powerful 120mm main gun, which can hit targets up to 5 kilometres away, even while the tank is on the move. It's also equipped with thermal imaging technology, allowing it to operate effectively at night. And its advanced armour provides the crew with good protection. The tanks are far superior to the ones used by Russia. Well, our correspondent John Ray is in Kharkiv for us this evening. And John, can these tanks really turn the tide on the war?
Well, I think there is no doubt today that the West has crossed a line in terms of the quality of military support to Ukraine. These are modern offensive weapons, and frankly, even just a few months ago, the thought of their provision taking place would have felt a very remote unlikelihood, as unlikely almost as the Ukrainian Air Force getting modern Western warplanes. That, incidentally, is next on Ukraine's wish list. Are they a game changer? Well, I think it's better to say they are a big part of changing the game. We still don't know when they're going to come, how fast and how many. Ukraine wants 300. Analysts believe 100 might make a big, significant difference in the Donbass, just to the south of me, where Russia has intensely made all its efforts over the past few weeks. I think the big point is this, as James was saying, For the West now, a profound question. Is this war about just stopping Putin's victory, or is it about inflicting a defeat, and a defeat quickly? If the latter is the case, the West will be asked for more weapons on top of these tanks.
All right, John in Kyiv, thank you.